Hey guys, can you hear me?
Lots of music in the background, though.
It's super loud. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yes. How are you doing, Hayden?
Oh my god. How's that?
Like a wake up call. Yeah, it's a little quiet now.
Got you right.
It's fine now.
It's fine? Yeah, okay.
No, it's loud.
Is it still too loud? I was bored with the music. I can only handle the music in one session. Because I'm streaming, there's going to be the copyright stuff, so
Yeah.
play what YouTube Studio offers.
Yeah.
Can I make it quieter? Oh, there we are. Cool. All right. Let me just sign into this chat. Let me just check how the stream is looking. Playing around with this layout as what was suggested. That writing's huge. So keeping my eye on the charts. So we should be good to catch this move if it does move down. All right. This could be the layout to go forward. Cool. So I'm going to try to catch a drop here, if we can, to target. I'm not sure how much of a drop it's going to give us, but I could try to target this area or this area, which is going to be around 50% of this London range, but probably just needs to sweep the top first, and that will be, yeah, you can see about here. So that'll be around 54 pips at present. Maybe we can get a higher little entry. Just want to see a little acceleration, a little sweep. And then as soon as we've done that, then you can see right behind me, this cupboard. Need to take it down, dismantle it. So that's going to be a bitch. And I'm 3rd floor with no elevator. So I might be pretty sore after this weekend. Then we've got Goldilocks. So I haven't even really looked at it so much, apart from I had buys yesterday, which I spoke about in the stream. Were a little bit disappointing. Had buys in here, but then it just stayed still for so long, and then by around 5:15. I realized I was looking at the phone too much, and this is a little trigger that I know when I end up trading outside of my plan, it's when I start looking at the phone, checking price constantly too much, being really absorbed in it. And so I try to break that habit. So, because I just kept on checking price. Then I just said, probably need to. Well, firstly, Sarah was getting pissed off at me because she wanted me to help with the move, and I was on my phone a lot, so I canned it. But then later on, sure enough, my alerts went off where TP was. Them the challenges, huh?
How is she doing, Hayden?
She's good. So she's in that stage now where everything's full inside of her. Everything's competing for space, so she can't really find that comfortable position. So she's a little grumpy. Plus, we're moving, right? So she's trying to help as much as she can, but I don't think it's a good idea. But she tries, bless her.
Yeah. It's almost there. This is August, right?
6 weeks, so yeah.
Yeah.
Less than 6 weeks now.
That's gonna change a whole lot of more things than just moving, believe me.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so I'll do a proper analysis for gold. As you guys know, I don't really trade before New York Open anyway. It's not worth it. So, this idea is dead. I did give it a shot, and I did manage to get 20 pips, but I didn't do anything with the stop loss, and so it came back up, and I closed it. I closed it before it hit. I basically closed it near my entry, but I'm gonna call it a break even anyway. But I'll go through the price action. It was fairly straightforward. On the 30-minute, it was. This was the candle. This was the first 30-minute candle that closed bearish. Then we had this candle closing bullish. Then we had this one here, which is at 10 o'clock. So when price was about here, I gave it a shot and it pushed down 20 pips, but there was a terrible close. So yeah, it just didn't work out. So I managed to get, let me just show you. Let me know what you think of the layout. Trying to play around with some things, but pinching ideas from some of the other streamers. So I'm not going to take credit for any of the hard work I've done. Okay, so at this vertical line, this is the start of the 30-minute candle. Where I entered the trade, I'll give you the exact price. The exact price was 15,759.4. So that was, of course, the differences, little differences in the broker, but this was the trade targeting 50 pips, which was like that. So it did manage, it did go down, and it pushed into this. Actually, I'm only seeing this now after the fact, that there's your little setup, isn't it? So where I posted the screenshot was about 20 pips. You can see right there. That was basically where I screenshotted into the Discord. I did close a little bit there. Then price pushed back up, and then I ended up, I think I closed it more or less at this point. So I made, because it was basically break even, covered, I made $2.54. So so I paid for my milk. There you are. I won't bother doing a video breakdown of. Oh, maybe I could do a video breakdown to keep it consistent. Need to give the reality that not every day is a good day. I'm even thinking that we're just going to be bullish even for the New York session with the earnings expectations. So I think, but I can't see it not coming down and retesting London 50%. But it might happen tomorrow, because you've got to. This is a hell of a zone. Now I'm looking at it. Gonna make that green. This becomes your line in the sand. If we resume the bearishness, then if we get a drop like that, this becomes your sell zone. So it's not an actual bad spot right here. It just really depends what this means in terms of buy to sell, or is this just a terms of, like, you know, are we pushing up higher because we've dropped quite some way. We've dropped quite some way. We've got plenty of. I'm sure there's plenty of stop losses and things all positioned around here. So I'm not actually interested in looking for sells now until, I don't think this is going to hold. I'm thinking we're going to get that manipulation maybe from even these thicker black lines to correct some of this move. Because I was thinking sells initially, I don't want to flick into buys yet, because I haven't sort of prepared myself for buys. So I'm going to hold on for these sell ideas, whether that's the right or wrong idea. I'm going to see if there's manipulation, little buy to sells initially with this, because it won't go straight lines. We know that. We know that's for a fact. That as soon as we get this New York open, it could break the high and have a correction, won't it? Even though it sets up maybe for longer buys. But very rarely it will just go in a straight line. It's too easy. Imbalance below the zone. Yep. Yep.
Well, the Euro retested the Asian high virtually mid-session.
Euro, which one are you talking about?
Okay, so Frankfurt in got to annotate.
Which pair? You think you're talking about German 40?
Yeah, looking at it right now.
Oh, you're saying Euro here retested the Asian high at this point?
Test Asian high here, yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
London made a new high and then just retested its high.
Hmm. Do you think New York might push up and then retest the high and then keep on going?
Potentially.
Yeah, that's an idea. Well, if we get like little pushes up, like if it happens, and then you start getting like aggressive moves, then yeah, I mean, keep risk low, maybe try it out, right? All we could do. Sorry, I'm cutting you
Or
off.
it
Keep
straight down first before it goes off.
going.
Can't imagine it, like you said, going straight up straight away.
It's just not the normal. It's not a normal day like that. If it does that, if it goes straight up, it's like I can't build a trading plan based on anticipating those kind of moves because it's just not the usual thing. And if I just trying to play probabilities, I know that I'm not going to win every day, but I can't plan for these. You know, it's got to be like a real Hail Mary for me to even consider something like that if I want to be truly consistent.
It's 15-minute candle. Still has time to pull back below the resistance. I'm thinking buys around the 15,700 level.
15,700. Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I was looking to target the sells down to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just think it's either going to be a really quick move down, or it's going to tease you into the move, come up, take out your stop loss, and then come down. And that's a pretty decent range if it gets down there. Like you've got, that's 80 pips.
I've got another zone right here on the 30-minute chart. Let me recycle this. That's a zone right there. So how I drew that zone was, let me go in. So this is something I'd like people to practice drawing and then seeing how they react. Is this candle broke the high. Let me write down the rules so you guys can try this out. Sell side. Sell side. I'll change it so it's not a. To me, I represent. I link blue and green with like bullish moves. I don't know if anyone else does that. So sell side moves. Bearish can be bullish candles that break the high of the wick to the left and close within it, within the wick.
The wick or the body?
It's got to close within the wick to the left. So this body closed below this top wick to the left. Close below. Okay. Bearish can be bullish candles that break the high of the wick to the left and close below the top wick of that left candle. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be within the body, it could be within the bottom wick.
Yeah, exactly. Just got to be lower than that wick to the left. Start your zone from the top of that wick. 2. Look for a second candle that is below the top wick of candle 1. 2A. Zone ends at the open of candle 2. I'm not sure if I've explained that too well. I'm trying to like be quick here as well. But basically it's that this is the liquidity candle. This wick broke the candle to the left, and then it closed below this top wick. This one here is bullish. It would still be valid if it closed below the top wick of the candle to the left. This one here is not valid because it didn't break the high of the candle to the left. So the only second one I have here is this one, where it broke the top wick to the top left of the candle to the left, and then it closed below it. So my zone is from here to the open. This is now officially a zone. Okay, we have another zone here. You could be then also saying, well, there's this one, and then there's this one. So this technically would be another zone right here. But generally, I like to look at these zones from the top side, for sell side. Oh wait, I got rid of that bloody stuff.
Is it this one here then?
Yep, that would be another one. But now the question is that I prefer. Let me add something here then. Note. I prefer the selected candles to be within London and NY sessions because it represents higher volume, yeah? Something that happens in the Asian session might not be as strong. I would like you to test that out and look if price just continues to sort of this is the area of liquidity now. Now remember that pancake analogy, that price will eat into these pancakes and eventually it's going to be full and price should then drop from that area. If, for example, if you've got a really hungry person coming up here, they may eat all these pancakes and then it pops up. Doesn't mean that this area now is invalidated, because maybe this area, if you leave these zones on longer, maybe you'll see price actually respects those zones. So these zones, even if it doesn't work out now, it's a manipulated area on the chart, which could be very useful after the fact. So it's quite cool to draw some of these zones in, like use replay mode on TradingView. Go back like 3-4 months, cut price off, go and draw some of these zones on like the 15, 30, 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, some things that you find, then go to a lower time frame like 5 minute and then just hit play and sort of watch what price does around those areas. And you'll see how it will respect it quite a bit, whether above or below it. Like this is a zone, so being above that zone could be support, being below that zone could be resistance. I think it's a really good exercise that, and there's a little tip to have a look at. But you've got to sort of follow these moves. So below the open price, yeah, that's it, Marin. Yeah. Now buy side obviously is the opposite. Buy side would be looking for underneath these candles, and I quite like when I see on a lower time frame, I see price do something like this coming down, and then I see manipulation, like these kind of sell side moves happen here, and then I see a big strong move up, because usually it'll come back down to this area again, and then it can push up from there. I really like those kind of moves. Or like it'll push down like this, price will sink down, then it'll come up, retest that area, form a resistance, and retest this low again. That's also another move. So this became a very important area to identify. That's just one way of looking at things. So obviously you got to add bits and pieces here to your arsenal to get you more consistent. We'll slowly cover those, but this is what we sort of really cover in weekend things and the study sessions that we do, or just I'm happy to jump online with guys in my service and help you guys out. Now, other points of interest, as well as those sell side and buy side sort of area zones that you're drawing, other points of interest, of course, is New York highs, New York lows, New York 50%, London high, London low, London 50%, Asian session, monthly levels, no wick candles, lots of things to consider. But I think anyone that's kind of struggling, it's just a matter of keeping your focus quite, keep things quite simple. Keep things quite simple and look at the same things. And you can't help but, like, rather than writing down and trying to learn and struggle and think like, gosh man, how am I going to remember all this? You will. Other points of interest here, doji. So now where this 30-minute candle didn't close very well, that's now going to become a point of interest for me to retrace to. Got another bad boy right there. So if this zone was a good zone back over here last week, maybe just a simple trade idea would be fast move up and then just looking at something like that. I'm down with that. I'm down with just not even going like this. That's 48 pips. Beauty. I'd take that. Not even looking to retrace halfway to London. What do you think about that? The hour candle. So the hour candle, I'd be using this wick. So this is the bullish candle version, where it broke the high to the left but closed within the wick. But then
that broke as well.
Yeah. It's not entirely clear on the 1 hour here. Cool thing about like getting out of, like, I execute a MetaTrader, but like I do like looking at these other time frames, maybe 45-minute. And if this is the case, then this zone could be even lower. Could be like down to here, but that's a pretty wide zone now to be looking at. What about the 2 hour? Now the 2 hour, this is looking like a doji. So, hey Dave, what were you in there for? Appreciate the viewership on the YouTube. Do my hair. Yeah, there's not much left of it. We're not all blessed with good genes. My dad's a bowling ball. I'm doomed.
Hey, then you're not the only one, mate.
Yeah, it's a curse for us, isn't it? We're just too manly.
Brains are too big for your skull, mate. They're just growing their way through.
Yeah. It's the Great Migration. Cool. Well, I like how this London is sort of just pushed up. I'm gonna have to. I'm kind of torn now which one I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna stay German. I've already done the hard work and got the plan. So gold can literally wait till NYSE, can't it?
Still pushing, mate. Don't stress. It's not ready.
Yeah. So we're trapped inside of this little area just for now. So I'll stick on the 5, 3, 30, 15. What do you think of the layout? Is this I guess Zoom people don't really care. It's the same. But from a YouTube point of view, I think it's an improvement or not?
Both. It looks good. It's still clean, so.
Is it too small? I'll have to make sure I don't have this.
Try it for a week, see how it goes.
Yeah. The other thing I could do is pop the chat, the Zoom chat here, so people can see. But if people like send abusive messages, I don't want you to see that. But most people are silent. You type, and that's what I read out the questions. You can see like how chatty everyone is. You guys need to calm down. I have to silence you.
Yeah, I can't imagine there being too much abusiveness coming through.
Not in the Zoom, but on the YouTube comments, every now and then I get a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, I get some emails as well.
Emails?
Yeah, because they can see my email address is on the. If you go to the contact, YouTube will, like they can email me via YouTube.
Everyone need to get a life.
Oh, I don't mind it. Yeah, I mean, I think the algorithms for YouTube is good for engagement. So even if it's bad, it's okay. But I literally couldn't care less. I could not care less. I think it's good because like at the moment I've got like 7 viewers on YouTube, and then I don't normally do these New York sessions lately. There's not many people here, so it's not like I'm got much exposure. So if it's getting noticed by other things, spammers, all that kind of stuff, then I think it's a compliment.
Yeah. How many comments do you need in order to get like the algorithms to kick in?
I've got no idea. Many more than I've got. See if the little numbers pop up, go more. It's kind of embarrassing having 7 on there, but I'd like to see like the growth. One day, this morning it was like 20 odd. I was well pleased. All right, we're in the zone. Come on. Maybe the comics volume will be the spike. You know what I'd even potentially consider? I've got 2 overlapping areas here. I might even consider something like this, a cowboy.
Think you'd stop loss below the above the high.
Yes. Maybe like that. For a comics little spike up.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do it up here. What I'll do, yeah, I'm gonna do that actually. Comics spike in 7 minutes. See if it can actually trigger a German 40 little push up. I might I want it to happen like pretty soon. How I'll manage this is I'll leave the stop loss where it is, but if it gets 1-to-1, I'll close a little bit, and then I might even reduce the stop loss to above where the wick was. Let's do something like that. Keep your risk is going to be tiny on this, right? I might risk like 0.2 or a quarter or something like that. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to put a pending order in. if I get a confirmation, then I'd reassess. Because it's basically been uninterrupted moves from the day. Where that entry is going to be will be nearly 200 pips plus for the day. Dave, doesn't matter the time frame because there's a pending order. I'm literally just playing a 30-minute zone. I guess 30-minute if you want a more legit answer. Playing a 30-minute zone to see if we can get a 50 pip spike. Considering we are nearly 200 pips for the day. How did I draw my zone? I drew it from this 30-minute candle 1, candle 2. That's the darker gray. The entry for the pending is right here, which is a New York high from last week. And look at this gray area, on the 4 hour. This light gray area. So I've had like a few little pokes at it. So I'm playing the odds on this one. Looks like it's even reacting from the bottom of that zone already. Yeah, damn it. That's a real shame. .6 of a pip from that grey area. I started the drop. Oh, it's only 10 pips. It's nothing. That's so Dave. Good thing is, I think the positive. Okay, apart from the delay, on YouTube you can replay, huh? That's a good thing. Oh, shoot, man. Let's see, come on. This is where NYSE, no, it's not NYSE time yet, but NY did a little move there. So, you know what? I'd love to see another one and then break that. That would be beautiful.
5 minutes, I wouldn't do.
Saltwater, is that that's Danny, isn't it? Damn, look at that 5 minute, man. There's no wick on it. Okay, 1 second. This is Comex. It's more of a gold thing. Comex. But that sudden inflow of volume into the market could affect more than just one market. But it doesn't look like it's moving gold more. Because it's a commodity exchange. So it makes sense. Alright. Gotta make a decision here. Keep an eye on this for a little bit longer. At 1:30, what I'll do is I'll pop over to gold, and I'm just gonna set an alert here. Set an alert at my level. Set an alert at New York high. Set an alert at this area. Because if we're below here, we're going for that doji low. But if we're below there, I'd like to take pullback to get it, because if price is pushing down this far, this would be the target. But this doesn't represent much value from selling there. So I'd like to see pullback sells. Just realized my son changed my photo to some evil looking green guy. Who is that? Don't know. Looks like this. It's okay, patient young Padawan. But you can see the power of at least having some zones, yeah. Why are we reacting from this specific area? I'd have liked to have drawn some liquidity from it, but it bounced up. But maybe this is doing what you were talking about, Glenn. That each session so far today, what it had was it broke the high previous session, came back to retest the top of it. Then on the 15 minute, we broke out of the top of the Euro Open, came back and retested the top of it. Broke out of the London high, retesting the top of it. We're not sure yet if this is just going to keep on dropping, or is it going to give another push up. For it to give a push up, that's the good thing, because then we're in the trade. Maybe I should put the microphone this side. No, it's in front of my hand now. Can I repeat what I just said? Can you guys still hear me? My microphone was, I moved it.
Never went quiet, man.
Sorry?
You never went quiet.
I never went quiet.
No.
Oh,
It
okay.
didn't sound like it. If it did, then it wasn't noticeable.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So today, what happened, Dave, is something that Glenn pointed out. Is we had the Asian high here, and price broke out the top of it, came back and retested it, and then we had the Euro high, and London broke out, and then retested it, and now the question was, was New York going to do something similar, break out the top, and retest the top of it? It's very unusual for it to do that. If you go back and like count through the number of days that's what happened, you'd be hard pressed to have any consistency in your trading, planning those kind of moves. But there's always a chance. Well, yeah, I don't think so. Thing is that we do have earnings. It's earning seasons. So, top German 40 companies are, in terms of weighting, it's not giving me the weighting. There we go. So in terms of weighting, these are the, how many should be here? Should be 40 here or 38. So SAP, 10% of German 40 is based on SAP, so pharmaceuticals, telecommunications, insurance companies, having a mental blank. What you'd classify like air service. Gosh, having a far out. There's a name for airlines. Anyway, telecom again, automobiles, pharmaceuticals, and like technology, bank, post office. So if you look at like where the weighting is, like it's fairly broad and spread across. S&P 500 and Dow and that kind of stuff is like very heavily weighted for like 5 big companies. When's SAP and Siemens earnings reports? Reported dates. October 19. So that's a while away. What about Siemens? November 16. Okay, so still a while away for these guys. The big one that's kind of pushing everything high, because it's one of the biggest companies in the world, is Nvidia, which is tomorrow. Aeronautics. Thanks, Dave. Yeah. Aeronautics. So Nvidia is tomorrow. So if they beat earnings, that's going to bolster the US indices. So US 30, top 10 companies. Oh no, sorry, Nvidia's not on this one. NAS. Ordered by weight. Nvidia makes up 4% of Nasdaq. So if they beat earnings, then 4% of Nasdaq's price is to do with Nvidia. So you can say 100 divided by 4 goes in 25 times. So a 25th of that, whatever it is. But if Nvidia say jumps up by 5%, if they beat earnings and they spike and they jump up 5%, then that will really pull up the price of Nasdaq, and indices have a contagion effect that when everything sort of rises, everything sort of gets everything sort of floats with it. And same thing, everything, they have a gravity effect. If it's dropping, it drops across everything as well. To do with different magnitudes, of course, but like just Nvidia yesterday jumped up 8.5%. So if they beat earnings, why couldn't they jump up 5%? So maybe that's why we're seeing optimism in global business. So I wouldn't be surprised, like, if German 40 could rise. Maybe it closes 1% up for the day. In that case, we're going to close up. We're going to have another push up. So see how, like, when we're trading German 40, we actually are trading individual companies as well, the big ones. So it's good to keep an eye on those kind of things. When Apple, Google, things like that. Australian dollar obviously has a lot to do with mining, and then you've got that guy Andrew Forrester. He's going through a divorce for one of the biggest mining companies in Australia. How do you think that would impact Aussie 200? And how many things are invested in Aussie 200 in terms of like pension funds and all that kind of stuff? So that divorce actually could impact people in their day-to-day life. It's crazy the way you think about it. Twiggy, yeah, that's him. Same thing if Elon Musk, how he went on Joe Rogan and smoked a joint, and the price of Tesla plummeted. How many people are like impacted by that? And Tesla is massive. Tesla makes up 2.8% on NAS. They're not on here either, are they? It's just S&P 500 and NAS. %2 of S&P 500. Nvidia's 3% of S&P 500. I'll catch you, Glenn. Catch you, Dave. Hope Akshay's having better luck with gold. Looks like we've got a manipulation happening. Ooh, it's not quite higher, but it does have a double top. Let's see. Carry on for a little bit more. Otherwise this might not happen today. Then I've got to go tackle that cupboard behind me. For people watching as well, some good good fundamentals. If you're interested in more fundamentals, some good resources are Wealthion YouTube channel, Mish Talks, emails, newsletter, email, his newsletter he pumps out. Gosh, there was the one I was thinking of last night, which is really handy. Let me rack my brain for it. Oh, yeah. It's kind of just investing advice, actually. It's not really more about fundamentals. But Motley Fool, that guy's good. Capital Hungry, he's amazing. YouTube channel. Capital Hungry is probably the most applicable to trading, like the way we trade. The other guys give you an excellent broad view of economics. I think these are pretty decent. Oh yeah, what's the other one? A fun one is Market Briefs. I'd probably order it this way. You're probably more trading focused, so I'd order it that way. They're just some that come to mind. Those are good. Those are good resources. Probably top of the pops is going to be this guy. Come on, man, do something. Guys, got any questions for me? You guys want me to help out or answer anything? Try to demystify any questions you guys might have? Otherwise, what I might do is I might put Akshay's stream on the background while I'll try not destroy this cupboard. No questions. All right, I'll give Akshay a plug as well. So if you guys, I mean the nine people that are watching, if you're not already Haydos FX members, or at least signed up to the website, which is completely, all the website and the Discord, there's a lot of free content in there. A lot of the stuff that we do as well with some of this like scalping is look like liquidity style trading. Then Akshay's very good with it as well. So his channel is Akshay XFX. So that's not a bad one to give a little follow as well. He's in my Discord too. So go give him some love. He puts his breakdowns as well. So all this content's there to help you guys. All right. Change this thing. Happy and angry candles. Why are bearish candles angry and bullish candles happy? This guy needs to go to the toilet, this one. Cool. Alrighty. Well, nothing's happening here. I'm gonna leave this pen in order. I'm gonna leave it on for even NYSE. I'm gonna see if I can catch that little spike up. This is a low risk. It's gonna be a cowboy trade. So everything looks like it's even frozen on here, doesn't it? It's basically not moving. Yeah. All right. I think we're done here. I'll catch you. So. Yeah, I am James. Yeah, so there'll be no London stream because I've got a workshop during the day. I can't believe I had 2 this week. It's because I helped my brother out. So I'll be doing that tomorrow, so that'll be fun. And I'll do a New York session, or at least help out in the New York session with Akshay if he's doing one. Otherwise, I'll do one on my channel. Okie dokie. So take care, guys. The idea is still valid for this session. We'll just see how it goes. So I shall love and leave you guys. So yeah, it'll be an early night tonight. All right, catch you guys. I hope the layout is good. I'm gonna just play around with it a bit more, but anyway, trade safe, guys. Catch you soon.